Hi. I'm on my match in the dark. 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 I'm on my match in the dark.
All right, coming up next, a UFC featherweight division fight. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the feet.
And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here. And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight. Well, this is exciting here, DC. The founder of Jeet Kune Do, one of the founding fathers, really, of mixed martial arts, Brucelee, is back in a big spot here tonight. Brucelee is what every kid looked to when they thought about doing karate. Brucelee is the person that anyone looked at when they said, I want to be a fighter. It was the speed. It was the charisma. It was the approach of Brucelee that made him so special. And tonight, he's going to look to show a new generation of fighters exactly how it's supposed to be done. And if you hear the phrase, drillers make killers, right? I mean, that was Brucelee in a nutshell. He felt like practice would make perfect. Nobody trained as hard as the great Brucelee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a boxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of London, England, Assassin. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
You've been given your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves, let's make it a fight.
Ready. You ready to fight?
All right, crowd getting excited as this fight gets underway, and you hate to call any fighter on this UFC roster a specialist, but on one side, you have a definite striker taking on a true 5-tool player.
And you see a guy in the striker who knows exactly who he is. He knows where the fight needs to be. He knows what he has to do in order to be successful. Let's see if he can keep his opponent off of him.
Lee going for the leg kick. Nothing doing there.
Let's go. Set the pace. You set the pace.
Oh, big roundhouse attempt, but unable to land.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
And he landed the right hand there.
Big kick land. caught that kick there.
Oh, a nice punch out of the break there after he had caught the leg. So he is really starting to put it all together now and clearly seems to have found the timing of his opponent.
Nice straight punch. Leg kick.
Just over 2 minutes now to go.
That right hand hurt him a little bit. Ooh, head kick lands, but hurts.
Jab, cross, high kick, go!
Oh, body kick attempt here, it's no good.
You gotta get that takedown.
Lee gets hit by that leg kick.
Let's reconverge. Let's get going now.
Strong defense there to block the shot.
Good shot. Good shot.
Under a minute now to go in round one.
Take him down.
45 seconds remain in the round.
You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active on your feet.
Oh, and he connects there. Pretty nice punch there.
Great job finding the range to land those punches. He's got to be careful dipping his head when he's throwing that jab.
10 seconds to go in round one. Round two is next. Both guys a little bit flat-footed here. All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
Deep breath. Good. Relax. Take a drink of water and listen. I want you to set those kicks up a little bit better.
All right, round two is now upon us. Pretty competitive first 5 minutes, I thought.
It's exactly what we expected. We expected when we saw this on the match sheet that these two guys were evenly matched. Let's see who really takes control as we go into the second round.
Let me see those kicks.
Look at him drive his shin into the opponent's body with that body kick.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Oh, straight right. All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but this is not a combo meal, right? No three-piece, no soda. It's one and done more often than not.
John, don't you come to me without a combo. I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than one strike. You have now found a setup punch. The jab is landing consistently. Find something that's going to go behind it.
Oh, huge kick to the body. That can't feel good.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round two, definitely picking up the pace after round one. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round. Well, he's got the kicking game going tonight, lands another one there.
A beautiful kick, and all I can think of, better him than me. Big shot lands.
Oh, man, his leg kicks are outstanding, and you saw a great example of that just there.
And you see his opponent starting to slow down. He cannot take many of those kicks.
Oh, nice jab by him there, and I guess on the other side, hard to get your offense going when your head keeps getting snapped back like a Pez dispenser.
Every time he tries to go forward and use his own offense, the jab is stopping him in his tracks. He's doing a great job of fighting behind him.
30 seconds now to go in the round. 15 seconds. Trying to hammer that lead leg.
Nice punch there.
Well, what a round it was, especially from a striking standpoint. DC, take us through.
High-level striking. I mean, this is what people come through the doors to see. Two men stand on a quarter, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, and let it all fly. I'm surprised nobody went out, but it does excite me for the next round.
All right, so back-to-back entertaining rounds. We'll see how it goes in this round. We'll see which corner sort of maximize those 60 seconds on the street.
This is what happens when you get two very skilled, very evenly matched fighters coming together. Nobody has really taken a lead in this fight. Let's see who does it going into the next round.
Blocks that strike. Moving to his left now. Well, just as he did in the previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary, scary proposition for the opponent.
Look at the turnover in that kick. Very tricky when he throws that body kick.
Lee's punch to the body rejected there by the defense. Nice job by the opponent. Oh, shot to the body connects there. He hasn't really thrown too many body strikes in this fight, but now, as this fight goes on, he is not discriminating, working the body, and those shots are gonna count. Wow, huge head kick.
Big kick lands.
Back and forth we go. Lee gets hit by that leg kick. May not be a bad idea to start to check some of these. Body kick is blocked. Oh, he's landed a high number of total strikes here in the latter stages of this fight. He's really picked up the pace and landing far more strikes than he did in previous rounds.
Head kick.
Get ready to counter that double jab for me.
Dig and kick.
.30 seconds now to go in the round.
Beat him to the punch.
10 seconds to go. And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books.
Great job out there. Really, this close to knocking this guy out.
All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from those previous 5 minutes, DC, and no padding, no glove on that foot.
No glove, no padding, and look at the hip action when he throws those kicks. He's not only kicking just for feel, he's really trying to damage his opponent, and as the fight goes longer, you will start to see it taking effect.
All right, the action continues here and now as our next round gets underway. The previous round won't be confused for a round of the year, but pretty good action.
It was a pretty good round. Not every round is going to have you standing up out of your seat. You understand that you are watching the highest level of fighting in the entire world in the UFC.
All right, so a nice straight punch there after he caught the leg. He decides to punch out as opposed to going for any takedown. signs of slowing down tonight. He continues to connect on a high volume of strikes here.
Big leg kick lands.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Oh!
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands.
Big punch land. Ooh.
Let your hands go.
Oh! Nice head kick.
Got clipped with the right hand. Well, you didn't see a lot of the body work from him in the earlier rounds, but he's certainly getting after it here. Big shot to the body connects there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
That's a big strike right there. Beautiful body kick.
He's looking for that left hand. Not there.
There's no tell on that leg kick. Oh, that's a nice strike. Beautiful head kick.
Some nice back and forth action here. 20 seconds now remain in the round. Just out of range with that right hook.
Great punch.
You beat the last round. Get out the struck here. Landed more power shots and he was more aggressive. This time, I need you to...
All right, now we take a look back at some of the highlights. He has had his kicking game going early and often tonight.
I mean, on point, right? He knew that this was going to be a way for him to take control of this fight. He's used those kicks to really put him out ahead, and I'm not sure if his opponent has the ability to adjust and stop him from landing these over and over.
All right, so after he landed a high number of kicks in the previous round, we'll see if he can keep it going here as our next round gets underway.
He should stay the course. He's so educated with his legs and his feet that he's given his opponent a very difficult time trying to anticipate what's coming his way.
Massive head kick.
Put your combinations together.
Real sneaky body kick. Oh man, head kick lands.
Oh, just out of range with that punch attempt. Well, one got through, that kick was blocked. Lee gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up. Three minutes now to go to decide this one. Oh, man, this is one thing you do not want to get kicked in the head at any moment.
You cannot take too many of those head kicks, but this guy gets his leg up there so fast, sometimes you don't see it coming. He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
All right, well, time is the enemy now, DC, and he's really running out of it if he's going to get his hand raised tonight.
He's got to go forward. He's got to just throw everything at his opponent to try and find that punch or that kick that's going to end the fight. There is no time for strategy anymore. Caught the kick. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
Give me a combination. I want to see some combination.
Nice kick.
Hard shots landing on both sides here.
What a tricky head kick.
Under a minute now to go in the fight. Lee gets caught with that punch. He's treading water now. Gotta find a way to move those feet. 30 seconds now to go in the fight. Whoa!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He went high on that one.
What else can you say but what a fight? All right, so a lot to like over the distance of that fight tonight. Clearly, we think we saw one guy win the fight and largely got it done with the striking.
Yeah, he got it done with the striking. And that's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a guy that's so comfortable whenever he's in the stand-up. And that showed tonight as he truly outworked his opponent.
The official decision is now in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 50-45, and 49-46. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
Well, he did not get the finish that he certainly prioritized when we sat down with him at our fighter meeting, but a win is a win. He gets it done by unanimous decision.
And he said he wanted to finish. But sometimes your opponent's not willing to play the game. In those instances, all you can do is control what you can control, and that's fight to the best.